You have to mention that our economy has improved a lot these last 6 years due to the president that we have now, Rafael Correa. He's been our president for 6 years. He marked a change in our country because the years before we changed presidents all the time, and you know that stability is very important. This president is planning to be 4 more years with us, so he's going to be 10 years as a president. These 10 years with our dollar as a currency gives a better idea of exactly what the word stability means. So for all the citizens in Ecuador, knowing that we have our money, it have this to be secure about what dollar means. When you spend $1 in education or something, you really have a clear idea and you can plan everything for the future, and that is very important. When inflation is not present, things are very, very different. Something very interesting is happening now. The government is giving a lot of support for all the students who want to study abroad, giving new credits, especially to the students who are a part of an elite of good students at the end of high schools. In my opinion, I think it's time for universities in Ecuador, because many students want to do higher education, ESL programs. They can also do summer programs now. I think if we compare now with what happened before, now it is on the mind of many Ecuadorians that now it's part of our culture to invest money in your children's education. If they can afford a summer course for 3 months, for 3 weeks at a certain place in the world, they can also start thinking about pathway programs. Because a key thing, the way we work in our company, I represent World Education Access, we really think to give always an added value to the education of our teenagers. If we sell an ESL program, we also want to tell them, okay, if you're going to do something somewhere in the world, study English, why not doing your university abroad? So we give them some other alternatives so they can do something else. So universities, ESL programs, master programs, I think in Ecuador is doing very well, very well. The other programs are working also, but these ones are the best because all the students really have on their minds now that they can have all the support, as I told you before, from the government, and the families really understand that it's not the house, not the car that you need to buy, it's indeed the time to invest in education. For example, if we talk about a teenager, at the age of 13, 14, they can think of a summer course. Once they have finished in our education system, we have 12 years. So when they finish high school, when they're 17 or 18, they can also think about one high school year to have like to taste a little bit what is education abroad in a high school. But after this, in high school, they can also do, as I told you before, at the age of 16, 17, and 18, they can do ESL programs as a pathway program and also think of a university abroad. If we compare this with the common European framework, which is A1, A2, B1, and B2, and the level that they need to get in order to get into university, which is B1 and B2 and C1, I think from private institutions, good bilingual private institutions, high schools, they have students with a B2 level, which means that if a student leaves a private institution in Ecuador, if they take an ESL program abroad, in 3 months they are ready to get in university when they're good students. In some other cases, I have to say with public education is different. They are still a little bit behind from the others. They might need a student, that is the thing, when they get a scholarship from the government, the main barrier that they have is the language skill. Because they come from a public institution and they have no English at all, or a little bit of English. That means that they have to, and that's something that the government never thought about, is to also give some credit for the first year of the language skill. I mean, to give them money not only is to go straight to university because they are not ready, they need to do at least 9 months of English studies in order to acquire the right level of English and then get into university. But in general, it's getting better and better all the time. You might be surprised of the number of Ecuadorians, young Ecuadorians speaking the English as a second language.